Halloween may not be until tomorrow, however, downtown Kent was filled with trick-or-treaters this past Friday. Hear about why.
Halloween weekend drew quite a crowd to downtown Kent this weekend. TV2 has the latest on this weekend's crime stats.
Republican Mike Pence is no longer running in the 2024 election race. Details on why and what he will do to help support his party.
And aid continues getting into Gaza as trucks drive through the gates every day. All these stories and more as TV2 News at 6 starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and Portage County. Thank you so much for joining us this Monday evening. I'm Nuried Hurtado.
And I'm Dom O'Brien. We start our coverage today with Halloween weekend in Kent. Every Halloween, Kent Police and Kent Campus Police do their best to ensure the safety of everyone, celebrating the spooky festivities over the weekend.
That's right. Our own Erin Sullivan was in downtown this Halloween weekend and talked to both police departments about the celebrations. Hi, Erin.
Hi guys. Kent Police say this weekend's Halloween celebration was on the tamer side. I spoke with officials about how this weekend went for them.
Halloween weekend drew quite the crowd in downtown Kent, and police say crime has gone down compared to previous years. Partygoers hit the bar scene and flooded downtown Kent once again to celebrate the holiday. Now, 18 arrests were made by Kent City Police and University Police, and officials tell me this is a huge improvement in comparison to previous years.
As far as on campus, we were actually fairly quiet. There were people out, quite a few students enjoying Halloween, but as far as calls go, they were a lot lower this year than last year.
University Police made one prohibition arrest on campus, and during a traffic stop, they charged the driver with drug paraphernalia and a broken taillight. Kent City Police made 17 arrests.
So as far as statistics go, we love to see that those numbers are lowering. It just shows that people are being educated on how to behave properly, and keep themselves safe.
Now the celebrations are over, but if you do plan to venture out this Tuesday, then have a safe and happy Halloween. For TV2 News, I'm Erin Sullivan.
Thank you, Erin. Well, Halloween is not here yet, but many college students celebrating over the weekend. Main Street can offer a family-friendly Halloween celebration for the little ones.
That's right, and our own Joe Malbin was in downtown talking to parents about this opportunity they had to celebrate early on. Hi, Joe.
Thanks, guys. Well, over the weekend, Main Street Kent held their family-friendly trick-or-treat downtown, and it was packed. Let's check that out now.
This past weekend brought the entire family out, as Main Street Kent held their family-friendly Halloween. The weekend's festivities featured trick-or-treaters walking around downtown, stopping at businesses for some candy. From Mario and Luigi to inflatable dinosaurs, the weekend saw many dressed up in their coolest costumes.
I'm Ben 10. This is from Ultimate Alien.
The event drew a large crowd, from the typical college students to young families hoping to snag some Kit Kats and Jolly Ranchers. The festivities took place in order to build up the community, as well as bring support to local businesses.
It's really fun to have a space like this to come down where it's, family friendly.
The weekend festivities brought everyone out. Special guest appearances included the Kent Police Department and a certain Golden Flash. Businesses that took place in the event included Buffalo Wild Wings, Belleria Pizza and Italian, Taco Tontos, and many others.
They put time and effort and money into this. It's really sweet for our family. Part of why we love living here.
Halloween is on Tuesday, and many surrounding cities have trick-or-treating today and tomorrow. For All Things Weekend, I have been Joe Malbin. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thank you, Joe. Starting November 6th, University College will be celebrating I Am First Week, a long-week celebration for first-generation students and recognized faculty and staff who support them. The whole week is full of events such as tabling events, student panels and socials, a student recognition breakfast, and the I Am First celebration on Wednesday from 3 to 4:30 in the Kiva.
Happy Halloween Eve, Kent State and Portage County. As always, I'm Nicholas Keller with your spooky Monday weather forecast. Let's get started with currently in Kent. Currently in Kent, we have 47 degrees with it feeling like 42. Dew point is at 38 degrees and the wind is going west-northwest around 11 miles per hour. Humidity is currently 61% and the visibility is at 7 miles. Tomorrow, Halloween, is going to be mostly sunny with chilly. It's going to be a mostly sunny, chilly day. It's going to be 43 degrees, the wind going west-southwest at 7 miles per hour, and the sun will be setting at 6:22 p.m. 8 p.m. tonight, we're going to have really low temperatures of 38, so it is going to get pretty cold. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies throughout the night. Midnight, we're going to have around 35, and then 8 a.m. tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny skies, but it is going to be 29 degrees, so dress warm. That's all I have for now, but be sure to stick around for the rest of your Monday forecast.
It has been nearly 11 months and there is still no determined cause of the fire that destroyed part of the Kent Mill on December 2nd of last year. Kent Community Development Director Bridget Sussel says the city notified the Tulips LLC, which owns the mill, about loose siding, but it is reported those repairs were completed October 5th of last year. The Tulips LLC bought the mill in 2017 and had the intent of transforming it into residential units.
If you drove around Hudson before, you might have seen a lot of for lease signs. However, it isn't a concern for city officials. The city says the overall business picture is positive and the number of businesses is increasing. Since last November, the city has seen 20 new businesses enter the city, 8 left and 2 relocated within Hudson. Some of the new businesses are Favorite Sister Boutique and a Wake and Bake company.
A GoFundMe page was recently launched to help support a local brewing company in Akron. Ron Shea, co-owner of R. Shea Brewing Company, says he would need $2.3 million to help production towards his brewery in Canal Place. He now started a 60-day fund-raising campaign to show support for the company under the name Help Save R. Shea Brewing. Shea says every $250,000 raised would buy him another year in operation.
With less than a week to vote early, officials see an increasing turnout and expect the number of in-person voters and mail-in ballots to rise before the November 7th election. As of last week, there's been more than 200,000 early voters, which is 8,000 higher compared to the August special election. In the case of mail-in ballot, officials have received about 110,000 ballots, almost 20,000 more compared to the August special election.
On the Record, a blog the state Senate built as an online newsroom, has turned its attention to denouncing Issue 1. Among claims asserted in one senator's article are that the measure would legalize abortion on demand at any stage of pregnancy and allow for the dismemberment of fully conscious children. Given that the source where the message is located is in a government website, the message is being prioritized in online searches.
The United Auto Workers strike might come to an end after 6 weeks. What the latest deal with General Motors will mean for the union.
President Joe Biden signed a document relating to the development of artificial intelligence. Find out what guidelines are set later on.
Welcome back. The United Auto Workers strike might be coming to an end anytime soon.
That's right. Our own correspondent Tyler Schloser has all the details on the deal reached between General Motors, Stellantis, and the UAW.
Tonight's stories are all about collective bargaining and their favorite tool, strikes. At the forefront of union activities in the U.S. is the UAW, and here to provide a summary of their recent accomplishments is U.S. President Joe Biden.
I've just spoken with President Fain of the United Auto Workers, and let me say a few words about the UAW and the big three automakers, Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis. They have reached a historic agreement and a hard-fought agreement that was really battled for a while, but it was all done in good faith.
The deal the UAW brokered is actually 3 separate deals between the union and each of the big 3 automotive companies, with General Motors being the last to come to the table. This deal includes pay increases for various reasons, which add up to an estimated 30+% pay raise for each union laborer, and eligibility for select laborers based on their seniority and place on the current pay scale to be eligible for pay increases up to 150%. This deal was modeled after the UAW's two previous deals between Ford and especially Stellantis. The UAW-Stellantis deal not only included similar increases in pay to that of the GM deal, but also provided a good amount of job security for union auto laborers. Stellantis came to the table intending on negotiating a 5,000 count drop in union laborer staffing, but walked out with an extra labor contract of 5,000 union laborers. This is on top of squashing plans for Stellantis to shut down multiple plants, which would put many laborers out of jobs. And, much like the GM deal was based on this one, the Stellantis deal was based on the previously negotiated Ford deal, putting a tentative end to a great strike in U.S. history. However, this does not mean that all labor issues in the U.S. are on the mend. How would you like your medication to be filled by a worker who can barely keep their eyes open after their third 12-hour shift in a row? CVS and Walgreens pharmaceutical workers have begun a wide-scale walkout strike today that is designed to end and culminate in a large demonstration in Chicago on Wednesday, November 1st. And that's all we have tonight for tonight's national stories. From KSU's TV2 News, I'm Tyler Schloser. Keep looking out, Portage County.
Well, thank you, Tyler. At least 11 people were hospitalized after a two-vehicle crash involving a school bus in Maryland on Monday. There is no direct information related to the injuries of the 9 children and 2 drivers. Aerial video shows the school bus lying on its side across the roadway. Police says that a driver failed to stop at a stop sign and then crashed into the side of the bus.
Now in Boston, Worcester State University will stay closed after a shooting in a parking garage left 1 dead and 1 injured early Saturday. State police said the shooting happened around 2:30 a.m. during an altercation, and a firearm was recovered near the scene. Worcester police confirmed they had someone in custody who is being charged with trespassing and possession of a firearm. All campus events, including homecoming and family weekend, have been canceled. At least 43 people are dead after Hurricane Otis tore through southern Mexico's Guerrero state as a devastating Category 5 storm last week. Governor Evelyn Salgado Pineda said the victims include 33 men and 10 women. The record-breaking storm brought sustained winds of 165 miles per hour ashore near Acapulco, leaving the popular southern Mexico tourist destination in ruins, and 340 people have been rescued by Mexican authorities.
2 people are dead after floodwaters took over the roadways in Kaufman County in Texas. Around 3 a.m. is when emergency crews started getting calls about water coming into several people's homes. 2 different drivers were swept off FM 1319 near Warsaw. CNN reporter Alexis Wainwright says some residents were seen wading through floodwaters to get back home. After seeing this type of monsoon, everyone is now concerned about the future forecast.
Welcome back to TV2 Weather, so you stay informed before the storm. Let's jump right back in with currently Northeast Ohio. Currently in Sandusky, we have 43 degrees and 40 degrees in Mansfield. Worcester, currently 42, 45 degrees in Cleveland, 47 degrees in Kent, 42 degrees in Canton, 43 in Youngstown, and 45 in Ashtabula. Right now, statewide, we have 42 degrees in Akron, 44 in Steubenville, 45 degrees in Athens, 44 degrees in Columbus, 43 in Lima, 45 in Dayton, and 46 in Cincinnati. Now for a 7-day forecast. Starting tomorrow, Tuesday, Halloween, we're going to have a high of 43 degrees, low of 29, mostly sunny skies. Wednesday, we're going to have a high of 41, low of 27, so it is going to dip down very low starting tomorrow. We're going to have some AM snow showers on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're going to have a high of 47 degrees and a low of 33. It's going to be partly cloudy skies. Friday, we're going to have more partly cloudy skies with a high of 53 and a low of 42. Saturday, going into the weekend, we're going to have a high of 55 and a low of 44 with more partly cloudy skies. Sunday, we're going to have AM showers, high of 51, low of 41. And Monday we're going to have some cloudy skies, high of 53, low 44. Unfortunately, that's all I have for today, but I hope everyone has a safe and fun Halloween. From the Franklin Hall studio, I've been Nicholas Keller. Stay spooky, Portage County. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nicholas. President Joe Biden signed an executive order on artificial intelligence that seeks to balance the needs of cutting-edge technology companies with national security and consumer rights. The executive order will create an early set of guardrails that could be fortified by legislation and global agreements. The order is an initial step that is meant to ensure that AI is trustworthy and helpful rather than deceptive and destructive.
Former Governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, claimed a new momentum in the race to replace Donald Trump as her party's frontrunner. Haley returned to the State House for a signing ceremony. She suggested that by the time of South Carolina's primary, she might be able to beat Trump. A Des Moines Register poll shows Haley pulling even in Iowa and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, both of which are vying for second place.
Continuing with the presidential race, former Vice President Mike Pence is no longer running for President of the United States. Pence made the announcement while speaking at the Republican Jewish Coalition in Las Vegas on Saturday. He says that while he's leaving the campaign, he will continue to help elect, quote, principal Republican leaders. A Republican advisor close to his campaign says a driving factor behind Pence's decision was concern that he would not qualify for the upcoming third Republican debate.
A trial to determine whether the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist ban applies to former President Donald Trump began today in Denver. It may be a long shot, but it's also a historic case that could block Trump from Colorado's 2024 presidential ballot. It is argued that Trump can be disqualified from serving as president again because of his role in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. This trial is scheduled to last at least a week.
Now, with updates in the war between Israel and Palestine, a total of 158 trucks have made it through the Rafah crossing into Gaza since the gate opened last week, according to the U.S. State Department. Authorities said a total of 45 aid trucks went through on Sunday, the most since the gate opened. Officials said the U.S. would continue the efforts to increase daily deliveries of food, water, and medical supplies into Gaza.
Israel claims its troops killed 4 senior Hamas operatives as part of expanded operations in Gaza. The Israeli military says the Hamas members who were eliminated include Jamil Baba, Muhammad Safadi, Mawawin Hajazi, and Muhammad Abdallah. The IDF says multiple attacks from severe terrorist cells were thwarted by Israeli troops with support from the county's Air Force and UAVs.
The Browns compete in another one-score game, and we have the results from that Kent soccer playoff game from yesterday. Will the Flashes advance? Find out after the break.
And later, witches and warlocks surfing? How is that possible? We'll tell you all about that, as this event is what made it happen.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Hello everyone and happy Halloween. I am Pat Sartor and today we have a one-of-a-kind night in sports. It's called the Sports Equinox and it includes 2 MLS playoff games, a full slate of NHL and NBA games, a Monday Night Football showdown in the NFL, and of course World Series Game 3 in the MLB, all in just one day. So strap in folks as we get the ball rolling on sports. Well, the Kent women's soccer team keeps pleasing the audience this season. It was victory in the quarter round of these MAC playoffs for the ladies, as they not only won the game, but dominated both ends of the field with a shutout win. 3-0 was the final. And similar to other matchups, there was a great spread of goal scorers for Kent. Alyssa Arthur, Sienna Stambolic, and Tori Kopfer led the charge with goals in this playoff affair. Along with her goal, Alyssa Arthur also notched 2 assists. So not only a goal was scored on Sunday that she was involved with, but every goal that was scored she was involved with. Here's what head coach Rob Marinero had to say after this triumphant win.
You have to continue playing your game and try and stifle them defensively, and I thought we did that. You know, our defense stepped up. The entire team contributed really well, both sides of the ball, getting back and creating opportunities for ourselves. So it was a hard-fought win and did a nice job.
Kent will play top-seeded Western Michigan on Thursday at 2 p.m. in the MAC tournament semifinal, and that'll be live on ESPN+. And now, for that Browns game that we loved so much, except no, it was spooky. The offense was stagnant, and P.J. Walker wasn't able to get it done in this one. Kenneth Walker there, he's going to rip off a 45-yard run, and that's going to start the offensive surge for Seattle. Here's P.J. Walker making the errors we mentioned. There's a sack, there's a fumble, there's a turnover. It's Seahawks ball, and that's going to lead to 2 straight scores for Seattle's offense, starting this one off in a hurry and jumping up on the scoreboard. That's Tyler Lockett that time on the touchdown. Here's P.J. Walker. Now this time he's going to hit David Njoku, the athletic freak, a lot of people like to call him. He stumbles and bumbles his way into the end zone there, making it 14-7. And here's Kareem Hunt. He inches in again, having a great little season he is, as we've just now brought him in. After that, we add in a little bit of 2 field goals here. But it's the deflected interception for P.J. Walker off the helmet into the hands of the defender, and that one kind of puts the brakes on this Browns offense as they tried to close the game out, but it didn't work. And here's Geno Smith late in the game. He finds OSU alum Jackson Smith-Njigba there. He scores the touchdown, and unfortunately, the Browns then go on to lose. They fall to 4-3, and we'll see what they can do later on in the season. As we move to now Monday night, it's a battle in Detroit for tonight's NFL action. And listen, I've been a bit off this season with these predictions, as many could see maybe. But like any team looking for a win, this will be my get-right week. With both teams coming off a loss, tonight I have the Lions 27 to the Raiders 13. Well, with a packed week of both national and local sports coming up, we hope you sit back and enjoy the games ahead. But for TV2 Sports, I'm Pat Sartor. Have a happy and healthy Halloween.
New York City subway has become the inspiration behind one of the spookiest Halloween projects, what 20 years of photography did. New York City's subway station and some Halloween costumes will make the perfect combination of a spooky Halloween. Photographer Seymour Leak has documented partygoers on the subway for nearly 2 decades, and he has put together a book called Halloween Underground. There are appearances by classic horror villains like Pennywise and Michael Myers, but also glittering angels, a frog prince, and others. Unfortunately, Leak noticed a drop in originality as time went on. Still, he says this work showcases the fantastical ride under New York City.
The coastal community of Morro Bay, California got in the Halloween spirit Sunday. The costumes of choice, witches and warlocks, but they ditched the traditional witch's broom for paddleboards and kayaks. The witch's paddle started in 2013 as a birthday celebration with a group of about 20 people. It's now grown into an event that attracts hundreds of people.
And that's all the time we have for you tonight at 6. Thank you so much for joining us.
Make sure to follow TV2 News on social media at Kent Wired to stay up to date with the latest. I'm Dom O'Brien.
And I'm Nuried Hurtado. Have a great night, Portage County.
This is Portage County's TV2, broadcasting from the campus of Kent State University.